Hello everyone! Today I just wanted to make a quick video or a critique video, a little bit of analysis about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. And, talking about my thoughts and the prototype as well, and what I thought of mostly of the prototype and a little bit of the chapter. So, from the very first chapter of Poppy Playtime, the prototype was built up as something different. Not just another experiment, not just another toy, but the prototype. Like he wasn't like Huggy, he wasn't like Mommy, Catnap, Dowie. He was something else, something unique. He was always watching, waiting, and collecting body parts from other toys. Every appearance was mysterious. Every mention added weight. Every chapter teased that something bigger was coming. And what made him especially terrifying? That he was gathering parts, or that he was always, knowing where we were, or heck, even in the beginning, he always knew what to do, or collecting body parts from different toys. But you get the idea. The prototype wasn't just surviving, he was upgrading. He grabbed Huggy's arm and Kissie's arm, Mommy's arm. I don't know what he did to the head, honestly. And I know he grabbed Catnap in chapter 3 or used his gas like in chapter 5 in chapter 3 or from Catnap. The implication was that he was building himself into something unstoppable, like a Frankenstein monster made of Poppy Playtime's greatest horrors. And that idea is insanely cool, like a final villain made up of every boss in the past, like a walking symbol of everything the factory created, like the ultimate culmination of the Bigger Bodies initiative. But here's where my critique starts. Here's where the issue starts. When we finally get more of the prototype, he's big, he's intimidating, and yes, he's mechanically disturbing. But those collected parts in chapter 5, yeah, they don't do much. Like he doesn't even use them. Well, apart from one arm, but he doesn't really use them in the game. Like he has Casey and Huggy's arm, he has Mommy's arm, and he has part of Catnap's body and gas. Like he doesn't even like use it for his potential or to an advantage. He has them there, and that's it. Like I get it. If he added more mechanics with those body parts, it would have made the game a little more difficult or a little more, overwhelming with all of the mechanics that they already have in chapter 5. But I would have at least liked it if he used, or heck, in the arms were coming out of his torso or maybe his back or I don't know, any other place instead of just putting them there like decoration. Like, instead of feeling like a terrifying fusion of everything that came before, he feels more like a standard final boss with extra decoration. And that's where it feels slightly underwhelming for me. I don't know if other people think the same. I don't know. This is just my opinion. But it doesn't look bad. Like I love this design. I love his face. I honestly expected his face to be more human-like. Like I thought his face was gonna be like Poppy's head because of all the tease trailers and posters and everything they made. But he has this amazing face, and I'm glad that they kept only one eye because he looks really good. It's just that it's not as explosive as the build-up suggested. Like, imagine this instead. Mid fight, he suddenly stretches his arm, his mommy arm, to grab us, or to grab us from the ceiling, or to grab us somewhere. I know he uses it like almost in the final battle before we get on the train. I know he uses it and he stretches his arm, but that's it. Like he could have used Huggy's and Kiss's arm to pretend that he's Huggy, or he could have used Kissy's arm to pretend that he's Kissy, like that. But another thing that I wish he used more is that he could have used his mimicry of voices from previous toys. Like I know he can change voices. For example, that's what he did in chapter 4. He pretended to be Ollie, and then we found out it was all a lie. Poppy got sad because she thought she was, lied to for all those years. But no, he doesn't use it. Like he could have used heck another voice to tell, hey, I'm a human over here, I need help. And then we explore. Like, that would have made everything or him more terrifying. Like, oh, he's a mastermind. He knows everything he can do. And it's just that I wish it could have gone like that. That would have made the collected parts matter mechanically, not just visually. Because the hype wasn't just about how he looked, it was about what he represented. He was supposed to be the accumulation of Playtime Co's sins, but the fight doesn't fully capitalize on that concept. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the fight in the train, that we have to use the arm from different elements for fire, for ice, and then at the end we crash the train. I still love the fight. It's just that maybe he could have used Catnap's gas. Maybe, I don't know. But when a villain is hyped across multiple chapters, expectations naturally rise. Mystery builds power. The longer you wait, the bigger the payoff has to be. And in horror, especially, payoff matters. The prototype had years of build-up. Like, all the fan theories everyone was making, all the animations were made for him, thinking, oh, he looks like this, no, he looks like that. And entire lore breakdowns revolved around him. For example, all the notes left in the factory, all the tapes, and everything. But when the moment finally came, it needed to redefine the game. Instead, it felt slightly safe. Now, to be fair, the design is still great. Like, I love his face and I love the concept of him being a jester, because that's one of my favorite things. And when it comes to characters, I love jester characters, especially when they're like evil or something like that. That's one of my favorite things in the world. Jesters, but not being like good or bad, they're just being chaotic. I love when jesters do that. The atmosphere was solid. Like, honestly, when he came to Lily's house, just like that, opening, it was really great, and the animation was amazing. The concept of him, like I said, being a jester with all those body parts and, talking with a distorted voice every time, it was great. And depending on where the story goes next, because we know this is not the final chapter, the ending was like, oh, this is the backup, the doctor. Spoilers, by the way, sorry. And this is the doctor. And then, it means that there's gonna be chapter 6. Maybe we haven't seen him in his full form yet. Maybe this is his phase 1. Like, remember when Catnap in chapter 3 made a shrine of how he thought or how the prototype looks like? Maybe this is like his phase 1 and this is like his final form. Maybe. I really hope so, because I don't want him just being this jester and then, what happened in the chapter 3 shrine. Like, maybe the real horror hasn't even started. Maybe this is, the final boss. But who knows? Honestly, another thing I wanted to say is that I want to congratulate and I want to thank everyone at Mob Entertainment for working hard on the chapter, because they did an amazing job. Like, they did an amazing job with all of the chapter and the animations and every character and the voice actors too. They did amazing. Don't get me wrong, this chapter, even though it was hyped out so much and thought to be the final chapter, it was still amazing and great. But honestly, like I said, I do wish and hope that they use, or heck, maybe in the final chapter, in chapter 6, or if it isn't the final chapter, who knows at this point, maybe the prototype can use all the other mechanics from previous games. Like, imagine, he can mimic other voices, he can stretch his mommy arm, he can pretend to be huggy or kissy with the arms. And I'm honestly wishing that maybe those mechanics come back, because that would have been more like, oh, remember all of the other chapters? Well, you have to remember all of the other mechanics we used in the previous chapters so you can defeat the final form of the prototype. And, that would be amazing, for me anyway. But, well, that's just my opinion. But what do you think? Was the prototype everything you hoped for? Or did the build-up create expectations that were impossible to meet? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, give a like and subscribe, I guess. I just wanted to make a video about how I felt, honestly, on chapter 5 and the prototype, because I still think it's great. It's just that, I just have a few critiques on the game, and mostly the prototype. But that was just my opinion. But yeah, I guess that's everything I had to say. This is just a one-time critique. I don't think I want to make more analysis or anything. But yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.